Shalom, Yashar'el. Head bowed to the princes. So today I'm going to share something with you that's going to help you to understand what is going on in this world right now with all the world affairs. We'll just say it all because YAHUAH is doing every bit of it. My Father, my God. So I want to share something with you today that YAHUAH gave me. And I was going to go to another book, and he said, no, I want you to stay here, and I want you to read this to them. So that's what I intend to do. I'm going to speak for him, but he's going to speak it through me. You will hear him, and he's blatant, he's meticulous, and he is clear in who he's speaking to. As I go into this, I'd like to make something perfectly clear, because I'm just the type that I bring everything to the forefront. Just like Father does, out in the open, transparent. When I tell you about this, I want you to know something. In my videos, I made it very clear that my mother was white. And I've had some, not probably about two, that questioned me on it. And I told them that yes, my mother was white. And I addressed that she brought us up in witchcraft because she did, under our Hebrew laws. But my blood type is my father's blood type, my daddy, and he is a Gadite. So make no mistake about it. Psalms 139 says that he chose even the womb that we went into. But I think that I went to him and I asked him, you know what? One thing I hated about myself when I started learning who I was through my father's bloodline was my green eyes. I did not like them. I wanted my dad's deep, beautiful, brown, haunting eyes that were just beautiful to me, with his dark skin. And I went to YAHUAH because it started bothering me what other princes were saying to me. And I said, Father, are you going to throw me away because my mother was white? But I know that you love me, so I don't understand what these princes are trying to tell me. So I was sitting, and I heard y'all say, well, what about Psalms 139? You've studied that intently. I said, yes. He said, I even chose the womb you went in. I think y'all chose my mom to be white so I could speak to him, so that I could move in this earth with their white privilege. Because I'll use all three bloodlines. You better freaking believe it. YAHUAH, Gad, and that. To get our people back and to wake them up and get them out of my father's way when he comes through here like he went through Egypt. So anybody that has an ought with my mother being white, you should take that up with Father, because Father said, I made you and created you the way I want you to be. That's why I don't look like a white woman. That's why I know you see the lioness in me, and you can tell full well that I'm a Gadite. I am Gad, heart and heart, the way he created me. So what I'm saying is that for the two princes that question my mom being white and my father being a Gadite, we take our father's blood, and you should have studied that before you poked a lioness that knows who she is now. You might want to go someplace else to get your word, because like David said, you don't touch what's anointed, and I have the power to go in there and wipe you off the face of this earth for what he put in me. That's what they try to tell you that you have over there, but you don't. I do. Because I have a God and Edom does not. So the next time that you want to come in here and mess up the back of my fur, you better make damn sure you don't grab my tail again. I am my father's daughter, YAHUAH's daughter, whether you like it or not. And I'm coming in here to get my princes out of Rome because we need them. They can have the rest. As Enoch 90 says, they will be destroyed, the princes that wouldn't line up with the fallen angels that are orchestrating this shit, because they're going to still work y'all's plan. It's in his words. Go read. And they are corralling or fencing in ancient Hebrew, the heathen, like grass. In one prayer before his throne, I could have you wiped from the face of this earth. I'd rather save you. Because I know he loves his princes and there's laws over you. And I adhere to him because I love my Father. And I love what he loves. But don't you think for 1 minute that I won't girt up. Because I will. He put it in me and you don't want it. Now let's move on. You need to understand, and I don't know how long this video is going to take. Stay if you want to. You'll be fed, probably for the first time. But this is Father's time, and I'll let him have it. You have to understand that Yah's judgment is on Edom right now. I'm showing you Edom on the screen. That's why it's called the Holy Land over there of Edom. It doesn't belong to us. Ours is bigger. It's what they call Africa today. And if you search old maps, you will find Jerusalem on there. It's the land of Edom, the Holy Land. And Yah said that he is holy. What does holy mean in ancient Hebrew? It means set apart. So that is Edom's holy land. That is not ours. It is Gog's. And they are not chosen. Synagogue of, keyword being Gog. Wake up. Get in Ezekiel. Now, the book of Ezekiel is to the enemies of us, Yashar'el, and those that plundered us. Who were they? They were Egypt, and they were Edom. They were Esau. And also in Edom, Asia is also included in that. Go look at the maps. But I put you some in here because Father said I want you to give him evidence. So I gave you a lot of evidence to look at while I read this to you. He is talking to no one but Edom, the tribe of Esau. Now, his judgment's on them right now. And everyone can see that. But he wants me to tell you why. He wants me to clear it all up and tell you why. His judgment. And he's coming in to Edom to tear it apart. We haven't even seen this head crown yet. I'm going to prepare you for that. But you need to know who he's talking to. Now, a lot of times in here, he'll call Edom or Edomites beasts of the field. That goes back to Genesis, where he created the beasts of the field that are separate from the cattle. He also calls them, and I'm bringing you witnesses, other books to go along with this, sweetie. I want you to know this. Where they talk about them, that they were red-skinned and they lived in the cave, that Yah said they lived in the caves of rocks. We know them to be Neanderthals. We know how Edom got here. That clears everything up. And then after the flood, there was like, they found another way in. But Yah knew exactly what he was doing. And I'm going to tell you this. The book of Ezekiel is for our day right now. Because Yah makes it clear that later in days, and then he threatens them and tells him what he's going to do. He's letting their shit play out so that he can show himself to the heathen and the Yashar'el, for those that are just stumbling, know the truth, but aren't coming into it. So, that's who he's talking about. This is one tribe that he's talking about in Edom, and they have always been the enemy. Our brother has always been our enemy. We're woke to that today. So I love for Father to tell you himself. And so what we're going to do is we're going to read, and I'm getting a little better. I went back to some of my old videos that I made when y'all first called me out and started having me do this, was out of my comfort zone. I told you I'm a person who likes to sit back. I don't care if I'm by myself. I'm with YAHUAH and I'm chilling. So when I started making these videos and started getting these platforms, I was so green. But let me tell you something. I've had a chance to look back on those, because I was trying to find a video for someone that asked me about it. And I have really grown. And so I just want to praise him for that today, that he gave me the courage to step out of something that was really uncomfortable for me and do this for him, because I love him so much. There's nothing I would not do for him. And I noticed that through, reading out loud, it's gotten a little better. It's a very nervous thing for me. I don't like it. I speed read when I'm reading to myself in YAHUAH, but I stumble. So just be patient with me. It'll get better. It has gotten better. And Father, I just ask that you help me just to glide through it, fly, soar, Yah, in your name, YAHUAH. So don't mess up the words, Father. Okay, so I want you to turn to Ezekiel. I study out of the Sefer. I will never touch their books again. Then I took out what doesn't belong to us. So it wouldn't would not be in our house, and it wouldn't be an offense to my Father. But Rome's books are not ours. They're not coming in here. Okay, so we're going to read Ezekiel 34 and 35. And I'm going to give you the wisdom that Yah gave me on it. After I read this to you, that's going to pop you like a bubble. And you're going to be able to start putting this stuff together with what's going on with the United States right now. Judgment is on them and all of Edom. And my Father is pissed, and you're going to see that in these 2 chapters, because our Father, our God of Genesis, does not speak like they do. He's not laid back. And you're going to hear that in these 2 chapters in Ezekiel, but that is why they would never teach us when we were over there in bondage in Christianity as a punishment for following the heathen who has many gods. He punished us, and so they kept us over there in the Egyptian sun worship books in the Second Testament, and they would never teach out of the book of Ezekiel. Let me tell you something. I fully understand why they never went in here and taught us, because they could be putting themselves on Front Street. We know who Edom is today. We know who Esau is, and so they were not about to do that, but I will teach out of it. These are my Father's words. And I guess you can say they're mine, because I stand with him. That's why I like all my own comments and all my own posts, because I stand with my Father. All right. Father, please help me to read smooth and not get nervous when I realize that this is being recorded. And I ask that it just be like when we study together. And I ask, Father, that you just have your way. Speak to your people. And I ask that you bring wisdom and understanding to them about what's going on today, everything that you've shown me. And Father, forever I give you all praise, honor, and glory to it. I bow my head before you always and a knee. And I thank you that you trust me with this. In your name, YAHUAH. Hallelujah. YAHUAH. Okay, Ezekiel 34. Here we go. And the word of YAHUAH came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, prophesy against the shepherds of Yashar'el. Prophesy and say unto them. Now let me stop for a minute. Who are the shepherds that YAHUAH is speaking to? They are the shepherds that are in Enoch chapter 89. Chapter 89 and chapter 90. Let's witness to what I'm about to read to you right now. They are when we were delivered in to Esau's hands for breaking his laws. Yehudah, Gad, and Issachar. And we know them today to be blacks. We know them today to what they called as Indians in ancient Hebrew. That means slave. We are not your slaves anymore. We've returned to our covenant and our God. We are Gadites. We are the royal tribe Gad and Reuben. So we're not Native Americans. We are Gadites that have been in captivity and are woke now. Then we have Issachar, who they renamed so they would never find out who they were, like Yehudah, Gad, Reuben, and Issachar. I mean, like Yehudah, Gad, and Reuben, Latino Mexicans. They are a royal tribe. So, when he talks about the shepherds, they are the 70 shepherds that we were delivered into the hands of Esau. And he talks to all of them. They all work together. Oh yeah, they all work together. And he speaks to every single one of them in the book of Ezekiel. Egypt and all of them for this day. And you are watching it happen. There are nations lined up that YAHUAH has sitting back, saying, be still. When he drops his hand and says, go, this shit is going to hit like a fucking hurricane. And there is no time to be playing. None. So you have to wake up to what is happening right now. And like in Egypt, get out of his way. So you have to understand who he's coming to destroy. Let's keep going. Those are the shepherds that he's speaking to. The 70 shepherds of Esau we were delivered into the hands of for breaking his laws. Oh, I get emotional over this, I really do. Prophesy and say unto them, thus says Adonai YAHUAH, unto the shepherds, woe be to the shepherds of Yashar'el, that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye fed not the flock. The diseased have ye not strengthened, neither have you healed that which was sick. We found out that was a big fat fucking lie too, didn't we? They don't heal anything. Especially can't call up anything that y'all sent because you're breaking the laws. And that's sickness and disease and plague. Let's continue. Neither have ye bound up that which was broken, neither have ye brought again that which was driven out, neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have you ruled them. And they were scattered because there was no shepherd. And they became food for all the beasts of the field. Who are the beasts of the field? Edom, Esau, the tribe Esau. When they were scattered, my sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every hill and upon every high hill. Yeah, my flock was scattered on all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of YAHUAH. As I live, says Adonai YAHUAH, surely, because my flock became a prey, and my flock became food for every beast of the field. Because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves, and fed not my flock. Therefore, O ye shepherds, hear the word of YAHUAH. Thus says Adonai YAHUAH, behold, I am against the shepherds. I will require my flock at your hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves anymore, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be food for them. For thus says Adonai YAHUAH, behold, I, even I, will both stretch out my, I will eat, wait a minute, stop. For thus says Adonai YAHUAH, behold, I, even I, will both search out my sheep and seek them out, as the shepherd seeks out his flock in the day that he is come, that in the day that is among his sheep that are scattered. So will I seek out my sheep, and will deliver them out of all the places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. JC said, I send you out like sheep among wolves to be slaughtered. My father said, I'm going to get my sheep. See the difference between the shepherds? And I will bring, and JC will forgive what's been done to you. My father does not forgive what's been done to his people here. Let's continue, I'll prove that. And I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries, and will bring them to their own land. Where are we, and who is in charge here? In the physical. But they're not anymore, because our punishment's up. It's their turn. We are in the land of Edom, Esau. And feed them upon the mountains of Yashar'el by the rivers, and in all the inhabited places of the country. JC tells you, pick up your cross, you're getting ready to get slaughtered. My father says, I'm going to take them to a safe place. See the difference in the masters? The master of Genesis and the creator of all life. And then you've got the one of Rome, of Edom, Babylon. Let's continue. I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Yashar'el shall their fold be. There shall they lie in good fold, and in the fat pastures shall they feed upon the mountains of Yashar'el. I will feed my flock, and I will cause them to lie down. See, they stole all their little stories from here. Every time I read to you, you can hear something that he stole over there. I'm going to return to my father. And I will cause them to lay down, says Adonai YAHUAH. I will seek that which was lost, and bring again which was driven away. And I will bind up that which was broken, and will strengthen that which was sick. Sound familiar? Anything they got over there, they took it from my father in our books. But I will destroy the fat and the strong. I will feed them with judgment. Talking about Esau. And as for you, O my flock, thus says Adonai YAHUAH. Pay attention. Behold, I judge between the cattle and the cattle, between the rams and the goats. Does it seem a small thing unto you to have eaten up the good pasture? But ye must tread down with your feet the remnant of your pastures, and to have drunk of the deep waters, but must foul the remnant with your feet? And as for my flock, they eat that which ye have trodden with your feet, and they drink what ye have fouled with your feet. This is when we were in captivity. This is what our ancestors went through. Do you understand me? They killed way more than he gave permission for in Enoch 88 and 90, and he's going to come for it. They're not getting away with shit. He's talking about what our ancestors went through and what Edom, the 70 shepherds of Esau, did to them. Pay attention. Therefore, thus says Adonai YAHUAH unto them, behold, even I, will judge between the fat cattle and between the lean cattle, because ye have thrust with the side and with the shoulder, and pushed all the deceased with your horns, till ye have scattered them abroad. Therefore I will save my flock, and they shall no more be prey. And I will judge between the cattle and the cattle. He's calling them the beasts of the field. Do you understand me? Listen. And I will set up one shepherd over them. This is why that's not our shepherd. He's going to tell you who our shepherd is, who has always been, and he is the only one that will be when he raises him back up. And he shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them. This is when we get home, when he gets us out of this land. And he shall be their shepherd, and I YAHUAH their Elohim, and my servant David, a prince among them. I YAHUAH have spoken it, and I will cut off with them, and I will cut with them a covenant of peace, and will cease the evil beast to cease out of the land. And they shall dwell safely in the wilderness, and sleep in the woods. And I will make them and the places round about my hill a blessing. And I will cause the shower to come down in its season. Sound familiar from over there? Yeah. Oh my goodness. And there shall be showers of blessings. And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase. And they shall be safe in their land, and shall know that I am Yahuwah, when I have broken the bands of their yoke, and delivered them out of the hand of those that serve themselves of them. Esau. And they shall no more be prey to the heathen, neither shall the beast of the land devour them. But they shall dwell safely, and now none shall make them afraid. That's why we don't fear today, because we know the truth, and we know who's inside of us and behind us. And I will raise up for them a plant of renown, and they shall be no more consumed with hunger in the land, neither bear the shame of the heathen anymore. Thus shall they know that I, Yahuwah, Elohim, am with them, and that they, even the house of Yashar'el, are my people, says Adonai Yahuwah. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your Elohim, says Adonai, which means master in ancient Hebrew, Yahuwah. I have one more short chapter I have to put this with this, because Yahuwah, my Father, is still speaking. So we're going to move on to 35. Moreover, the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Son of Adam, set your face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. Who is Mount Seir? It is the holy land of Edom. Esau. That would be the white man. Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against you, and I will stretch out my hand against you, and I will make you most desolate. I will lay your cities waste, and you shall be desolate, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah. Because you have had perpetual hatred, and have shed blood of the children of Yashar'el by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time of our punishment, is what he's saying. In the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, says Adonai Yahuwah, I will prepare you unto blood, and blood shall pursue you. Since you have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue you. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passes out, and him that returns. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In your hills and in your valleys and in all your rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make you a perpetual desolation, and your city shall not return. Rome's not coming back up, baby. And ye shall know that I am Yahuwah, because you have said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine. Isn't that what America does? Yeah, that's what they do. It's all through this book. And we will possess it, whereas Yahuwah was there. Therefore, as I live, says Adonai Yahuwah, I will even do according to your anger and according to your envy, which you have used out of your hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged you. Yah's gonna judge you, baby boys. My daddy. Ain't nobody getting away with nothing. And you shall know that I am Yahuwah, and that I have heard all your blasphemies, which you have spoken against the mountains of Yashar'el, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me, because they spoke against his first love, and that was us. I have heard them, Thus says Adonai Yahuwah, when the whole earth rejoices, I will make you desolate, as you did rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Yashar'el, because it was desolate. So will I do unto you. You shall be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all of Edom, even all of it. And they shall know that I am YAHUAH. He didn't forgive because he loves you. He didn't forgive because they didn't do what Yah told him to do. Correct us. They abused us. And they spoke down on royalty. And so for all of you that want to be out there and say, oh, we forgive all of it, you are speaking against what our God knows best of. And you have chosen your place. YAHUAH had to sit and watch it. And I believe in bringing you evidence. So there ain't no weaseling out of it for not Esau or none of our princes. This is what YAHUAH said. And your witnesses are these. The book of Enoch, 89, says he delivered us into, I told him, I'm going to bring them to you in droves. These shepherds, these 70 shepherds, are not going to follow a master's laws. They are going to be so cruel to my people that it will make me sob. But I knew what they were going to go through coming out of my laws. And they're going to pay for it. He called the angels and told them to write it down. And don't let them know it. And he still got angels writing it down so he can use it against them in judgment. He never forgave, and he doesn't forget it. Our laws are an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, life for life, soul for soul, field for field, with a fold, baby. And Yah is coming for their ass for what they did to us. And Edom is waking up to it. Because we're woke. When we woke up, it was over. And they knew it. He has got the nations sitting around this place. Russia's right out there in the waters. And he just told you what he's about to do. He's going into Edom. Not their Messiah that never existed. And there's no blood to cover none of that sin. Yah said you are going to pay for all of it. He even spoke of the things that were said about us. All the disgusting things that they said about our brothers of Yehuda, princes. Gad, look what they did to our people. Look what Issachar is going through. YAHUAH said, I'm coming for you. Here's another witness. You can go to Enoch, chapter 90 and verse 37. I believe that I marked that because that's the place where he's also talking about the princes going down with the fallen angels that did this shit. Because he told him in our books, even so, I'm going to take your mortality and you're going to die with princes that wouldn't line up. I'm going to do it myself. Y'all saying I'm doing this myself. I'm not sending nobody to do it. I want to do it myself. You need proof it's still Edom and Esau? Let's go to the book of Obadiah. I love this chapter. It's so freaking small. I love it, but it says so much. It says so much. You got to have witnesses. I bring them. I bring that evidence so that when they bring that shit from over there, I can smack it down and be like, that's a lie. And unless you study with Father, you cannot have that. You cannot have that power. He said that in Psalms. listen to this. Who's he speaking to? Now, when he says you set yourself among the stars, and in today, that would be all that space technology they got up there. But make no mistake about it, nothing leaves Earth. Do you understand me? They're blowing smoke up your ass. He's talking about all that up there. Who's got that up there, America? Because that's what judgment is on. And it's on Edom right now. So you listen to this, and then you put that with, this is the last witness that I have for you, but Yah said I want you to read it to him. So let's do that right now. And you pronounce this book, not Obadiah, like they pronounce it. It is YAHUAH. Isn't that beautiful? YAHUAH. Everything bears his name. Thus says Adonai YAHUAH concerning Edom. Did you get that? He's not talking to Satan. He's not talking to nobody but tribe Esau, Edom. We have heard a rumor from YAHUAH, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise, ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Who's her? She would be the queen of heaven. In Jeremiah, in all of our books, YAHUAH knows her well. Who is she today? She would be your Lady Liberty. But her real name is IS, which is called why they're called what they are over there in the land of Gog. They got 3 gods in that name. IS, RA, and then L, because they got a whole bunch more for you over there. Anybody's awake knows that today. Or Yashar'el. And if you keep calling yourself that, Yah said I'm going to give you over to it. Because you know. And when you know what's been said to you, and then you're accountable for it. So let's move on. We have heard a rumor from YAHUAH, and an ambassador is sent. Okay, let me go down. Okay. Arise against her in battle, Lady Liberty. And behold, I have made you small among the heathen. You are greatly despised. The pride of your heart has deceived you. You that dwell in the clefts of the rocks, who dwelled in the clefts of the rocks, Edom, Esau, Canaan, Cain. That's the line. Get it? Is it clicking? Whose habitation is high, that says in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though you exalt yourself as an eagle, that would be all of Rome. Every nation under the eagle emblem belongs to Edom, Esau, Rome, who is an enemy to our father and our enemy to Yashar'el, our people. He just told you that. You exalt yourself as the eagle, and though you set your nest among the stars with all that technology up there, thence will I bring you down, says YAHUAH. If thieves came to you with robbers by night, how are you cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Listen to what he's saying. He's talking about America. If the grape gatherers came to you, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? He's telling you who they are. That's why they didn't ever touch this over there in Christianity, did they? Shit. How are the hidden things sought up? All the men of your confederacy have brought you even to the border. The men that were at peace with you have deceived you and prevailed against you. That would probably be Russia. They slept on them. They that eat your bread have laid a wound under you. There is no understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, says YAHUAH, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And your mighty men, O Treman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau be cut off by slaughter. Let me read that again. And your mighty men, O Esau, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For your violence against against their own brother, that would be Russia, that would be all the other nations that they plundered. For your violence against your brother Jacob shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever. In the day that you stood on the other side, in that day the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and he cast lots upon Jerusalem. Even you were as one of them. This is when they sold us off in Africa. Go get the old maps. Jerusalem is a little above, right, the middle of Africa. Now listen to this. This is where they got their 30 shekels over there from their story. Listen, listen, listen. But you should not have looked on the day of your brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither should you have received. Okay, the 30 shekels are in another one. I have to bring that in another video. I got confused there. Hold on just a minute. You have rejoiced over the children of YAHUAH. That would be the blacks here for anyone listening outside of our tribes. That would be the blacks. They're YAHUAH. They're high princes. You need to know that. You have rejoiced over the children of YAHUAH in the day of their destruction. Neither should you have spoken proudly in the day of their distress. You should not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah. You should not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have had laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. I dare you to go look that up. See what it really is. There's many meanings for it. Neither should you have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Some of our people escaped. They caught them. That's what the police departments are today, because they formed KKK, which was a bounty hunter that went out and looked for slaves that took off, tried to escape. Neither should you have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of YAHUAH is near upon all the heathen. As you have done, it shall be done unto you. Your reward shall return upon your own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall the heathen drink continually. Yeah. They shall drink, and they shall swallow down. This knowledge is what he's talking about. And they shall be as though they had not been. What he's saying is they're going to swallow this knowledge and what they've done. The Americans. Y'all saying you're going to swallow this. Just like he's making them take their own medicine. Get it? And they shall be as though they had not been. Did not the it was a I posted it was a high representative of Edom, the parliament, and he spoke and he said that Edom is one generation from being extinct right now. I think that's what y'all's talking about right here, as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, will be set apart from them. That's why you have to stop calling yourself them. They're Gog. They paid a lot of money to keep this hid, but it's over now, baby. You can't attach yourself to them. You have to be holy. That means set apart from them and all they do, including their Sabbaths, Friday and Saturday. Cancel those names out in Yahuwah's name. SAT, all the days of their weeks are false gods. MON period day is moon day. But let's go up to FRI and SAT. When you follow that Sabbath, you are following Gog, false Jude, synagogue of Satan. And you are worshiping the false god Saturn. Yah doesn't have names. Not on calendar days or anything in the numbers. So when you follow that day, which was today, and there's tomorrow, then you've pretty much picked a side, yo. You need to know this. I'm not here to cuddle you. I have to get you out of there. So if you're celebrating their Sabbath today, you picked the damn side, yo. Because that's not our Sabbath. He's telling you that. You have to be set apart. And that doesn't mean following the heathen like got us here. But on Mount Zion there shall be deliverance, and the holy house of Jacob shall process their possessions. We're going to get all our stuff back when we leave up out of here, and it's coming shortly. That's why you need to make a decision. You need to clean up. You need to get all that off of you. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire. We are a fire today. And the house of Joseph a flame. And the house of Esau for stubble. Hey! The house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For YAHUAH has spoken it. And they of Nevé shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain, the Philistinium, I cannot pronounce that. Pelishittim, and they shall possess the field of Ephraim, and the field of Sharon, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. And the captive of this host of the children of Yashar'el shall possess that of the Kenanim, even unto Tsarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Shepherd, shall possess the cities of Negev. And saviors shall come upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau. Let me start that again. Let me say it again for you. And saviors shall come up from Mount Zion to judge Mount of Esau. And the kingdom shall be YAHUAH's. And that is how you do it. Yeah! Hallelujah! YAHUAH! That is the truth. With witnesses with it, baby. So what's happening today? You are watching him. And I have people say all the time, well, I just came under the Sabbath. What do I do when this starts breaking off? You do exactly what he told us to do in Egypt. You go inside, you button down the hatches, you sit and you pray until he passes over. Because he's about to go through here like a hurricane. He's doing it right now. Because they didn't correct us. They abused us, he said, his first love. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I read several things in there where you can tell they pulled that from my father and put it in their books, including that every knee shall bend. Ain't no knees bending to that to no more. They're running out of Rome. Because YAHUAH is showing himself. Do you understand me? And the only ones that are going to be left in Rome are the ones he doesn't want. The ones that don't want him. And the ones that are believing these illusions that Esau's teaching them. YAHUAH brought those illusions. Why? Because he's going to corral the heathen like grass. I looked that up in ancient Hebrew. It means to pen them in. I'm sure you can click that. Do they know it? The citizens don't know it. I think a lot of them are waking up. But does your government know it? Do their government know it? Because my government's YAHUAH. It always has been. I'm an ambassador for His government and His kingdom and no other. But does their government know it? Yeah. Yeah, they know it. They know exactly what's going on and believe that the eagles are shitting in their nests every damn night. If they're not already underground. But YAHUAH, my Father, said that when they go back down into their little caves in the rocks, I know right where you are. I know right where you are, because even the rocks obey His word. And if He tells them to cave in on thee, they will. And SAT is simply a servant, a creation of my Father. And that is the only thing that it obeys. Now, I know I brought you a lot, but you have to get the fuck out of Rome. And you know something? Listen to me. If you don't listen to this, it doesn't make any difference to me, because in our courts, in our heathen courts up above, these that do not matter when it comes to my Father's law, there's already a record made that I told you. You have free will. You can do what you want with it, but I have to do it and tell you and warn you and blow that shofar and bring you concrete evidence that they tried to hide away from you. It's my job to bring it to you so that you can make a wise decision for your life and for those that you love. I obey His laws. It's like some of the princes say, why do you say I bow my head? Shalom, prince. Because there's laws over our princes and I abide by them. They're jewels. And because my Father loves them, I'm not going to break those laws. They're also my brothers. And I adore them. But they're princes. And for the first time, they've got that name back. And I will not let them forget who they are. Because my Father loves them. And He wants them back. And we need them. Because we know what Yah's going to use us for. And no man out of Esau, the mighty princes of Edom, he just said, is going to stop me. I'm going to slap you out of that firmament. I know this was a lot to swallow, but Yah said you're going to swallow it. Because when I judge you and they drag you forth, I'm going to remember it, because the angels are still writing it down in those books and taking it to Him every single end of the day, and it will be used against you. For all those of you that celebrated Christmas, you worship Saturn. Cancel that name out in YAHUAH's name. That's what you did. That's a cover-up. JC was the cover-up. That little story about the star. Let me tell you something, yo. The star belonged to Abraham and Yashar'el. I'm going to bring that video to you. It's almost exactly like what they said, but they added stuff. But it was Abraham's star. Oh, yeah. They stole all that stuff from my Father. The stories from our people. And put it on that. And that's not going to do anything over there. Where's he at? Where's he at? There's all the rest of them. Do you know that in the book of Ezekiel, that Yah, even though they're false gods, can't hear, can't see, can't say a word, can't save themselves from being knocked off a damn shelf? Shit! And that's their God. Do you know that Yah in the book of Ezekiel actually says a word to their gods, being B-A-A-L and M-O-L-O-C-K? Did you know that? He does. He tells them on squash your fucking ass. Our God is not that God. He ain't passive. Ours is a warrior just like we are. And He's done with this. And so I just make a record that you were told so that when I go before Him, I can be clean. And your blood is not on my hands because I didn't warn you. And we're right at the door of it. This head's about to crown. Yep. You better not be in the delivery room. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. So the books that you can back this up, and take it to your Christian pastors, take it to your camp leaders. Ask them to explain this, because anything attached to Christ belongs to Rome under that eagle. You need to wake up to that, baby boy. And our fringes don't look like that. Your fringes look like the ropes that we got hung by, our princes got hung by. Our fringes are in the shape of a flower that bears fruit, like in a garden. Doesn't that make more sense than a lynching rope? I have to bring you the truth, because if you don't come out of it, my Father's going to destroy you with it. I'm not in here to make friends. I'm here to get family and get the hell out of his way. But I'm giving you straight word. So that's Ezekiel 34 and 35. And the backups for that, I brought 3 witnesses, like he demands 2 or more witnesses. And I could have brought so many more. But my time was crunched because I have other things that I do for him. So I brought the law of 3. You got Enoch 89, 93. And you just read the whole book of 89 and not the whole book, the whole chapter of 89. And the next chapter of Enoch 90, because he tells you what he's going to do to all of them that wouldn't line up with him now. And he called his name, they did not come. He tells you word for word what the princes are going to suffer and what these fallen angels are going to go down with. It's going to be his judgment on them. And then you got Obadiah, which I just read to that, and you say that, Obadiah. I love that. So pretty. So pretty. This is the most amazing journey that I've ever been on. And I am so thankful that he chose me to do this. I'm telling you, I'm just blown away by him all the time and what the truth really is. And now I understand fully why they would never go into the book of Ezekiel or the Old Testament, because those are not their books. And that's not our Father's Son over there. And we're waking up to that. And they know it. What did y'all say? When they wake up, judgment's going to hit them. Because we woke up because our punishment's up. Beautiful, right? He's the best father anybody could ever ask for. And he is the best El and the best master anyone could ask for. He is my Father, and I adore him, and I'm going to get all that glory they stole from him and bring it back to his feet by proving you in reading where it came from. JC said, my people follow me in vain. Damn straight they do. And they're going to go to hell in a handbasket, like Father's saying. You better get away from that tribe. You better get away from them. I have to give you the truth. And I defend my Father and what he said, and I prosecute all that bullshit they brought. Following the heathen is what got us here, what got us in this situation. The remnant is YAHUAH's bride. They stole everything from our storybook. You need to wake up to that and get the hell out of those books. Because every time you go over there, YAHUAH said, if you take company with them, I see you as them. We got our own books. And Ezekiel is our playbook, like Revelations is theirs. And it's all twisted up and deceiving you. Wake up to that. Y'all picked who he's sending in here. And you're watching it. And suddenly, Yah said, I'm going to break it off. I'm not giving her 1 day past what she's been given. Oh yes, YAHUAH knows Lady Liberty well, but that's not who she is. She is the Queen of Heaven. She is your Mary to that JC. And she is IS. S. I'm not going to say her name, but you know who she is. YAHUAH speaks of her. Now you know. You better get as far away from that as you can. Because YAHUAH said, I'm the one that's coming and going into Edom. They are in the land of Magog. And they tried to make it look like 2 different tribes. No, y'all said my people are not going to be deceived. They're going to see you as one. And it is Edom. Tribe Esau. All of it. Just like what I just proved to you in his words. So anything you want to say, you will be arguing with him. I am the delivery. I deliver it. You chew it up and you swallow it and you apply it. So for those of you celebrating that Sabbath today, you might want to think that shit over. And quite frankly, when y'all got me on this today, I didn't even know what I didn't even know was FRI until after my phone came out. I was like, oh. So for him to move me like this on that Sabbath, posting it on my wall, then you know something's going on. You better get your ass out of Rome, Babylon, all of them, Edom. You better get out. Because he said he's not going to stop until they're wiped from the face of this earth. I just read it to you. It's Father that's saying it, the Creator. Not me. I just live it, walk it, talk it every day of my life because I adore him. And he asked me to bring it to you today. This is not a Hebrew Sabbath. It is a heathen Sabbath. You pick which one you want to be on, because I already posted how you do it. Father, it's up to them to swallow it, so I'm not going to worry about this. Whatever you've chosen, we're going to get them. I'm not going to worry about anybody being left behind. That's what you told me. The ones that you want, we're going to get them. Even of the heathens. So I make a record in your courts right now that I did indeed bring this whole thing that we have been working on for 5 days and gave it to them with evidence in your courts. And Father, I thank you for what you're doing for us right now. You are fattening up Yashar'el and building us up. Yah, thank you so much, cleaning us up. Hey, hallelujah. Hallelujah. YAHUAH. I love you so much, Yah. And I thank you for it all. In your name, YAHUAH. Hallelujah! Yahoo! Yahoo! YAHUAH! To the house of Yashar'el. May my God of Genesis, those that belong to him, may your house be blessed, full, no lack. And blessings upon you and your family in the name of YAHUAH. Until the next video, I know the way home. Come this way. Shalom, Yashar'el. Head bowed to the princes of Yehuda, Gad, Issachar, and Reuben, and all the rest of our tribes in Yashar'el. Head bowed to all the princes. You are precious to him. Shalom.